Good morning, beautiful earth dwellers. Today is a little reset day / self-care day, and on these days, I really love to just wake up super slowly, taking some time to read my book in bed, sip on my coffee, and just take some really nice deep breaths before getting up and getting ready for the day. I spend a little bit of extra time really marinating in my skincare routine, and I actually got these little eye patches as a gift, so I decided to pop them on and go about getting the house more organized, cleaning up a few things, making my bed. Usually my reset days are very focused on getting everything ready, and my house is a little bit of a mess after the last week or 2 weeks of just being a bit busy with work and not having time to do a real deep clean of everything. So today I kind of made some time to just really tend to my household, tidy everything up, put everything away. I also took some time this morning to really plan out the next month. I have this section of my diary that lets me kind of write down the goals that I want to achieve for the month and then break it down week by week into steps that lead me up to completing those goals. So I took a little bit of time to really write those down and get my plan of attack for the month ahead. This also happened to coincide with the new moon that happened on Monday, so it was a nice time to really set intentions for the next lunar cycle that's ahead. I actually really love this part of my weekly routine. I went down to pick up my post from the post office. I have quite a few things coming in at the moment, and so me and Pip just went for a stroll down to the post office and picked up all of the packages that were awaiting for me there. I don't know what it is about picking up the post from the post office, but it just makes me really feel like I'm living rurally, which I am, but it makes me really feel it. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what all of this is, and it's perfect timing because it's exactly what I feel like doing today. These are what I send my clients their photos in. I fill it with some prints, and then their digital files go on one of these, and they go in there just like that. Slide these into their little pouch like that. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. I'm not a craftsy gal. I know there's like heaps of photographers that get really craftsy with their wedding packages. I am not a crafty person, so I think these are just really cute and super simple and beautiful. And then I put the digital photos on this, slide it in there, and then that's what they get. Just their little wedding picture pouch. I feel like my daily practices and rituals are really good maintenance, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. I feel like they keep me really well balanced in my usual week. But when there's a bit of a spike, whether it is just like taking on a little bit extra work than I usually would, or something like having 2 weddings in a weekend, I find that it's just like not enough. I kind of had this realization maybe a couple of years ago that I get almost like emotional hangovers after a period spent in a really heightened state. And doing my job as a wedding photographer, I feel like for a solid day, I'm in this really heightened state of joy and euphoria and love, and it's amazing. Like, I feel like I get to be with people on one of the best days of their life, and it's such an incredible experience, and I love adding to that experience by embodying that love and joy and fun. But I do find that when I'm in that state for a prolonged period of time, I almost get like an emotional hangover. A day at a wedding, feeling all that joy and love, and it's coming from a place of authenticity for sure. But then the next day, or like a couple of days after, I feel emotionally hungover, like I get the backswing almost, and I feel a little bit low, a little bit sad maybe. Kind of good way that I thought about it is that like on those days I kind of increase my baseline for my capacity of joy. So when I'm at a wedding, it's almost like my capacity to feel joy and happiness expands. And I fill that container on that day. And then when I come back to my day-to-day life, it's almost like because everything's not as heightened, there's that feeling of not quite reaching capacity of joy. And so it's just like a coming back to baseline almost. And it's cool to be aware of that now because I feel like I just almost expect it. And I remember when it kind of first would happen, and I would just be like, oh, why do I just feel so sad today? Like I don't really have any reason to feel this way. But now I just see it as like, oh, it's just the emotional hangover. It's my emotional swing back. It's my baseline coming back. And so I just kind of ride the wave and feel into it. And my reset days are usually just a day to really drop into self-care and to, hit reset on everything. So I like to do a big house clean. This morning in the shower, I exfoliated and just, kind of strip everything clean and get it to like come back to that baseline.
Nothing quite makes me feel as reset, recharged, re-energized as taking the time to really properly nourish my body with whole, nutrient-dense and just comforting foods. And the most nutrient-dense, comforting food I can think of, especially now that it's autumn, is a pumpkin soup. And this is my absolutely favorite pumpkin soup to make. It's just with butternut pumpkin and a couple of carrots. You can really throw anything in here that you like, but I like to keep it really simple and just do it with some coconut cream, and it is just so tasty, so delicious. I think one of the clearest signs that I need to do a reset is when I'm neglecting to properly nourish my body, when I'm just getting lazy with the food that I'm eating or just uninspired. I always take that as a sign that I need to take a step back and rest and recharge. What we put into our bodies can have such a profound effect, not just on our physical health, but our mental and emotional health as well. The gut is essentially called your second brain just because of the amount of gut microbiome that are in there. And so making sure that it is well nourished is super important, but also making sure that you're not stressed. And for me, this means I love to have a whole foods, plant-based diet. That's what my body really thrives on. But I don't give myself rules. I don't tell myself that I can't eat this or I can't eat that. And I allow myself to eat the foods that I enjoy simply for the fact that they're enjoyable. Stress can hugely impact how you break down foods and how you digest. And obviously, if you do have intolerances, you should be listening to the calls from your body to probably not eat those foods. But if you're just really stressed out and you're kind of setting rules for yourself and then finding that you are getting really sore tummies or feeling bloated heaps or anything of that nature, it could be related to the fact that you're just putting a lot of pressure on what you're eating, and the stress in your body is making it really hard for those things to be properly digested. I also just want to say that I'm not a nutritionist by any means, but I really love this soup. I think it's delicious, but you can really add anything to it that you like. And eat foods that you enjoy. Eat foods that make you feel good. That's all. And a carrot.
Just noticing the space you have in your body in this moment. As you slowly come into a calmness with your thoughts, present moment in the mind.
Yoga during a reset day or a self-care day for me means to take time to commune with Source, Self, God. It is about embodying my prayers, to move with consciousness and presence and breath, to feel my body, to love my body, to expand the container for which I can be a vessel of love. And of course, this would not be an Amy's Magic Life routine without spending time deeply communing with Papatūānuku, Mother Nature, our Earth Mother, this land that I get to call home, this land that I get to live and exist in, the environment that I inhabit. More recently, especially on these more quieter evenings, I have been taking time to deeply rest in her presence, to lay on the land, to feel her supporting my bones, my body, my spirit, to touch her and feel her and deeply commune with her. Taking time to reset doesn't have to be a big routine or ordeal. It can simply be finding the practices that bring you closer to yourself, closer to your source, and that make you feel deeply, deeply held.